Well, that was a horrible year. Maybe 2017 will be better. Oh hey, BBC One's changed their idents. Let's have a look. Oh, bollocks to 2017.
1 is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. 2 can be as bad as 1. It's the loneliest number since the number 1. No is the saddest experience you'll ever know.
Barely more than a week ago in Christmas wrapping, I posed a question if the television ident was a dying art. If the old-fashioned multi-channel model was starting to become obsolete. As supporting evidence, I offered the fact that BBC One hadn't changed their idents in 10 years, and that BBC Two had given up on a contemporary visual identity altogether in favour of digging through their own archives. Notwithstanding the enforced budgetary constraints of the Conservative government, which as an excuse can only get you so far, it just didn't seem like the BBC really cared anymore. Well, after the bongs on New Year's Day, BBC One unveiled a new look, and confirmed that exact diagnosis. Because if this is how much the national broadcaster cares about his flagship television channel, then yes, I think we can officially put the art of the ident on death row. I mean, really? 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 This is the literal opposite of everything they should have done. After 10 years of centering their idents around the concept of a circle, without any actual solid symbol bar the word mark for the channel itself, what they needed to do was go back and re-establish some kind of iconic symbol, something with presence. They needn't even go back to the globe, just design a particularly memorable iteration of the figure 1. Although that is surprisingly hard to do. But Lambie Nairn managed it in 1991. I even vaguely pitched a new idea in the Christmas wrapping video. Get a rostrum camera, 3D print a Perspex globe, get a set of coloured lighting rigs and spend an afternoon experimenting in front of a green screen. Just have fun with it. Add a couple of filters to the light, see what happens. Point the light in this direction, see what happens. You're bound to hit on a whole mess of interesting effects, many of which you never even considered. The viewers will like it a lot better than this, and it'll probably be cheaper too. But no, they went in completely the opposite direction. Instead, they managed to create something even less iconic than the circles. Just the word mark. Admittedly, I like the new animated form-up, but it was never a very interesting word mark in the first place. Now, as the sole identity of BBC One, it just makes it look, well, bland and empty. It's now 15 years since they introduced the widely despised rhythm and movement idents. I wasn't over fond of those either. They would have made great trailer stings, but they were well on their way out by then and completely dead by now. These ones wouldn't even make great trailer stings. They're just shots of people existing, and then it says BBC One. The very first thing they reminded me of was Carlton's initial ident package in 1993, and that is a terrible thing to say about anything. In fact, Carlton's ones were arguably more creative, including, as they did, coloured backgrounds and a musical motif.
You are watching Carlton!
No music here, except for diegetic sound. I suppose it's appropriately desolate and apocalyptic for its time period, especially the Swimmers one, which ends with them turning around and heading back into the sea. There's just no creativity in them whatsoever. In fact, Patreon contributor Brayds illustrated this perfectly when he grabbed an almost random piece of stock footage from Getty and just stuck the BBC One logo on top of it, and it's more or less indistinguishable. I've only seen these couples so far, the exercise and the sea swimmers. The latter was used to lead into a news bulletin, and the BBC are really asking for trouble if that's the best they've got for the news. It happened in 2002 when they introduced the rhythm and movement idents, and then the Queen Mother died. Except they're actually seemingly better prepared then, with the solemn Minac ident being perfect for the purpose of opening a sombre news bulletin. That's what it was created for. But whoever was in the control booth at the time panicked and loaded a still, and the Minac ident never recovered. This new set doesn't even seem to have an equivalent to the Minac ident, and with the Queen apparently suffering from pneumonia, history could be about to repeat itself. Just another reason why idents should really centre around a single iconic symbol. The only channel that still does that is BBC Two, and they only still do it because their current ident package is anything that ran in the last 25 years.
We've been following them.
Meanwhile, Channel 4 and Channel 5 spearhead the new wave of idents that don't even bother to show the channel logo. It's not a good time for it, but then it's not a good time for anything much. This could very well be the last set of BBC One idents ever. Never mind the death of the Queen. One of these is going to have to announce the 4-minute warning.